Question 19. I'm going to solve algebraic these simultaneous equations y equals 4x squared minus 9x minus 1 and y equals 5 minus 4x. Okay, whenever it's a simultaneous equation and there's squared bits in it, you're never going to be able to do the elimination method, so you have to do the substitution method. And basically the idea is you've got to make sure that the easier one, the linear one, is written so that it's either y equals or x equals, which this one already is. And then basically wherever y appears in that one, you're going to replace it with what y is, so 5 minus 4x. So that means substituting in 5 minus 4x, I'm going to get 5 minus 4x equals 4x squared minus 9x minus 1. Okay, so I've eliminated my y's and I'm left in x's. Okay, I then need to solve this equation. Now this is a quadratic equation because it's got squared bits in it, so your first job is to make it equal to 0, and really you want to keep the squared positive. Okay, so that means I'm going to move the things that are on the left across to the right, so I'm going to be left with nothing on that side. On this side I'm going to have 4x squared. I've got minus 9x and minus 4x comes over. Minus becomes a plus, so I've got minus 9 plus 4, which becomes minus 5x. And then I've got minus 1, take away 5 that comes across, so that becomes minus 6. Okay, I then need to try and solve this, and unless it says decimal places, which it very rarely does, you should always be able to do these ones by factorising. If it doesn't factorise, go back and just check your working out, because it's more likely that you've made a mistake. Okay, but if, on some of them you might have to use a quadratic equation, but it's very unlikely. Alright, so I'm going to try factorising this, and general rules say you start in the middle. So 4x, I'm going to split it up into 2x and 2x. It could be 4x and x, I honestly don't know yet, okay? But I tend to start in the middle because it gets you to the right answer faster most of the time. Alright, I'm then going to look at my 6, start in the middle, let's try 2 and 3, and just put them in little numbers at the top because we can change them if need be. Just a reminder, remember it's the outside 2 and the inside 2 that give you this term here. So I've got 6x for 2x times 3x and 4x. Can I use my 6x and 4x to make minus 5x? No, I can't, so it's not 2 and 3, okay? It's pointless swapping them around because it's 2's in each bracket, so we're not going to bother swapping them around. Alright, so let's try another pair for 6. Let's try 1 and 6. If I was to multiply that out, I would get 12x and I would get 2x. Can I make minus 5 from 12 and 2? Well, no I can't, so that's not my answer either. There isn't any other combinations I can try for 6, like I've said, because it's 2x at the start of the bracket. Swapping them around ain't going to make any difference. Alright, so let's just get rid of that kind of working out. It's fine just to cross it out, just put a little line through it like that. And let's try instead 4x and x. So let's go back to the 3 and the 2. So I've got 3 there and I've got 2 there. Let's times them ones out. So 4x times 2x would give me 8x. And 3 times x would give me 3x. Can I make minus 5 from that? Oh, yes I can, because I could go minus 8 plus 3. That's the combination that I want. So the plus 3 comes from here, so I get plus 3. The minus 8 comes from there, so I get minus 2. Just double check, does that give me minus 6? Yes it does, so I know I've done it right. That's equal to 0, so then we can go on and solve that. So you're either going to have that the first, it's 2 things times no equals 0, so either the first bracket equals 0, or the second bracket equals 0, like that. Solving those, for this one you get a 4x equals minus 3, x equals minus 3/4, or this one's a little bit easier, x is equal to 2. Alright, we can see that we've got our 2x values. I've got minus 3/4 and I've got 2, and I can put them into the answer. The only thing I need now is the y values, and you can just then pick an equation and, you know, common sense tells you that one's going to be easiest. Bring that down the bottom, and you're going to substitute in your x values into that. So, for the first one, y equals 5 minus 4 lots of minus 3/4. Well, first of all, it's a minus and a minus, so it becomes a plus because you're subtracting a minus number. 3/4 times by 4 is just 3, so 5 plus 3, so that one there is 8. And make sure you write that in the right side because it's got to match up with the other one on there. Okay, second one, this time we're going to get y equals 5 minus 4 times 2, 5 minus 8, so y is equal to minus 3.